Hey, what's up guys, Tony here, and what you're watching is the tutorial for the iRacing painting. And some of you guys had requested, like, hey, I'd like to know how you did this stuff, how you were able to customize your car. These were done by Tim, Darkness429. He did these quick mock-ups for me. Padres logo, Tony the Tiger logo from my Twitch channel on there. This is a car that I mocked up with. I made it my school, so it was a school-sponsored Volkswagen Jet. It's got school logos and stuff on there. But this is a car that I featured in my video, and this is the Kia Optima. And I showed these at the end of the video. So those of you who want to know how to do the custom paints, I'm going to walk you through that right now. The most complex part about it is the Photoshop part, and it was actually fairly straightforward. So what you're going to want to do is log on to iRacing. You can get the templates two ways. You can go to iRacing, and what you do is, so like if you're, say, in, I don't know, we'll start from the home page. You're going to want to go to My Racing tab, customize cars, and then you'll see download car templates. That'll be all the car templates, or usually for whatever reason the Mustang, I don't know why, but the Mustang one doesn't show up. But you've got download car template right here, so you just click that and it downloads the CTSV, and I guess that'll be the one we'll work on. But if you want to get, say, the Mustang and you can't seem to find it, when you click download car tabs, templates, sorry, it'll download all of them. Or you could go to Trading Paints, and Trading Paints is, now you're going to want to download Trading Paints anyways. Trading Paints is a website. What it'll allow you to do is upload your custom cars so people can download them. That's really what it's there for, is people to share their paint jobs. And they're very explicit about making sure you give credit to the person who actually designed the paint scheme that you're using. And I guess it's sort of a taboo to actually use somebody else's paint scheme in the first place. So the upload feature, if it's a taboo to use someone else's paint scheme, I'm not sure why they even have it. But what you're going to want to download this, because what it'll allow you to do is it'll allow you to see other people's custom paint jobs when Trading Paints is on. And so it looks like this when you download it. I have mine set up to download helmets and suits, automatically refresh textures, update my own paint schemes. And this actually right here is important later on. This is what you'll need when you want to actually name files. So we'll go back to Trading Paints later on. And so right now, like I said, it's already start Trading Paints upon startup, stay logged in. So basically mine is always on. So that way when I get into a race, I could see people's custom paint jobs. So yeah, go here to tradingpaints.com. If you don't do that, then everyone else's cars will just look like the standard paint schemes. Like Jamie tonight was asking me, he's just like, hey, your car looks normal. I thought you did a paint job on it. And I was like, yeah, I did, but you don't have Trading Paints, so you'll get the program. So go ahead and download Trading Paints. So anyways, if, say, you want the Mustang, but obviously the download template tablet's not there, or tab is not there, you can go to, and I'll put these in the description, tradingpaints.com/page/resources, and you can download individually all the cars in iRacing, and you have got the FR500S right there, and I'm downloading it. This is the second time I'm downloading it. So once you get to those, you're going to need some program that'll open Photoshop files, and I have an old version of Photoshop, CS2, and so what I'll do is I'm going to have to actually, let's see, we'll open the CTSV Photoshop file. And so here it is. There's the CTSV Photoshop file. And what you're going to notice is right off the bat, you've got this big iRacing logo, and you've got all this other stuff, the Cadillac stuff. And then so on the right here, you got turn off before exporting. And what I'm going to do is take that down. This is just other, like, this is wiring. It'll show you the contour of the car and what it's going to look like on the car. You can see the contours of the rear fender here, of the hood, or excuse me, the hood, the roof, and of course here on the side, like I said, the rear fender, the front fender, and the door. It gives you a good idea of what the car, like how this is gonna, because when you put it on there, it's gonna be flat. But when you get into the actual game, it's gonna wrap around it because cars aren't flat; they're rounded. There's some masks, you can turn them on or off. Doesn't really matter. The one thing you want to do, and this is for your license, this will show up on the back of your Cadillac. I keep it on because it's weird. It says turn off before exporting. The only ones you really need to turn off are the wireframe, because the wireframe will actually show up on your car. So unless you want to see the wire framing on your car, make sure you turn it off. And then this is just showing you where the sponsor blocks are. Now, when you're doing the custom paint job, you can't actually put the custom sponsors on. You got to do that yourself. So if you want to put your club logo, you can't put the club logo on. You can't put the two options for your different logos on there. You'd have to actually apply those on there. You can't access that. So basically, like any changes you do in iRacing, once you put your final file into your car's folder, it'll read that file and it'll use that file. So whatever you don't put on your car in Photoshop and export it as your target file, it won't show up in iRacing. So if you have this on, you'll see this green square, yellow square. Like that'll show up on your car, like as a green, like as you see it now, that'll show up on your car. So make sure that's turned off. And it's just showing you what it is. It's just showing you like numbers. This is important because these will actually show up on your car, like the number. Like those will show up, even though they're not going to show up orange. They'll show up as a number, obviously. But it's just showing you where the number blocks are. And then these are the detail advertisements on there, your sponsors and stuff like that. So getting to the paintable areas, here's some more. You can change the color of the Cadillac logo. So we're going to make this one just like the other ones. We're going to make it a amped energy drink car. And here is the pit box. And then this is the base layer. Now here's this is what I did. A lot of people were like, hey, you did a really good job on your car. Oops, how did you do that? And oops, for what I did is, and I'm gonna go back to go CTSV. So to get the lines straight like I wanted them, because I was gonna freehand it, but it's just I just don't have a steady enough hand, and I don't have an actual tablet to draw on. What I did is I picked one that I'm gonna use this one now that I click on it right away. I know that I'm gonna use that one. But I'll pick one and I'll count up. Okay, this is a 4th template, and it's going to be exactly how I want it, because you can see that it's got the base color, it's got a white, you can see this orange stripe here, and then a black bottom. And what I did actually is I went to Google really quick, and I Googled amped energy racing, I think is what I ended up Googling, and I clicked on images. And I came across images of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car. And so when I saw this is in Gran Turismo, I was like, okay, I'm going to make mine look like his. You can design it how you want to. Getting some of these textures and stuff, it might be kind of a pain in the butt. But it gives you some inspiration as to what some real race cars look like. And so basically, like I said, I just took his. So he's got a green top, white sides. And also something else I was looking at is I really wanted to make it look like a California Beetle. And if you don't know what a California Beetle is, I'll show you right now. Beetle. Oops. Fuck. Maybe it's just California Bug. Yeah, there we go. California Bug. Like this, pretty much, where you got white doors and solid color rest of the way around. I really like that. It's a pretty classic look. So, anyways, not to distract you guys too long from my inability to search for Beetle. So that's the California Bug. So we'll be using this one. And what you can do is also, just a quick note, if you can change the color of your number, change the color of the number however you want, because the numbers will actually show up. Like mine are orange and black for some of my cars, like like here we go, for the Ford Fusion. Like it's orange and black. So when I get around to making this an amped energy or Ford Fusion, I'm gonna have to change these colors to white, green, and black. So going back to Photoshop, I want to change my colors. And what I also did is, if actually we'll get there in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and so what we have open here is one of the subfolders. You got your paintable area, which will show you, like I showed you before, this is the Cadillac font, and then this is the pit box colors. You can change that color. We'll change it to green. And the car patterns. This is what we were just looking at in iRacing for the Cadillac. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th one. That's the one I'm looking for. And that is going to be. You're actually going to want to click this to make them all show up, and then you're just going to go 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want that one open. The rest of these you can actually just hold down the mouse, drag down. If you know Photoshop, then you already know you can do this stuff. So I've got the one layer open that I want. And this layer I'm actually going to modify because as you can see right now, it's red, blue, and neon green. And it's like, I don't want those colors. So what I've done already is, since I've been editing, I already have the color that I want. And also, actually I'll do that in a minute. So what you're going to want to, whatever source color you want, whatever you want your main color to be, that's what you're going to want to do. And you can see how it's all color coordinated. Like all this stuff is going to be the same color. All the greens are going to be the same color. And it gives you kind of an idea of how the car is going to look. I mean, so you got your front fender here, and this is the front bumper, and you can see how they come together. This, I'm not sure exactly what that is. This is the trunk for sure. And that's going to probably be the little, oh no, that's the license plate. So that's the back, and that's the rear bumper. I'm not sure what that is. This is going to be probably on the wing. More than likely, it's going to be the carbon fiber wing. And so anyways, it's not really important like what all these parts are. What's important is that you want to actually get them to be the same color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on all the red right now because I know for me, the car that I want to go after, it's going to be green on top. So I'm going to hit B because I know the shortcuts, but you're going to want to go to your brush. It's B, it's a shortcut, and you're just going to paint all over this like that. And then you can deselect, zoom in, because you're going to see some parts aren't going to have gotten painted, and then you can make your brush smaller and you just paint over it. You don't have to worry about, because this is on a different layer, so you're not going to paint over it. You can paint over it just fine. And then you're going to want to pick up this stuff in here that you're going to want to have green. You don't want to, have anything crazy, any reds or anything like that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit X. That's going to swap my colors, or you can just click on the little color swapper. I'm going to hit W, which is the magic selection tool, the wand. And I'm going to click green, and then I'm going to hold shift down. And again, if you already know Photoshop, then you already know this stuff. I'm just explaining it for those people who don't know Photoshop very well. And you're just going to, oops, crap. You're going to hold shift, and it's going to continue to hold all these selections. So you can make one paintbrush motion and capture them all. And what we're going to do is we're going to make these white. Ooh, that's going to have to turn black. So, or green actually. Sorry, it'll be green. Let me go select inverse. Hit the brush button again, and I'm actually going to paint that green. Oh crap, I just painted it white. Oh, why did it do it? Wait, hold on a second. I'm going to exit undo. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer, that's why. Derp. Okay, so I'm on the wrong layer. That's on this layer. So we'll do that in a minute. Okay, so I'm actually gonna edit, undo the brush stroke. Okay, so we got back to here, and so we'll go with the brush again, and we're just gonna go ahead and make everything. Son of a bitch! What the freaking crap? Oh, that's right, because I had selected inverse. All right, we'll do it inverse again. Okay. Bingo, that's what I'm looking for. I'm deselect that. And I'm just going to go and clean this up. Oh, that's actually on a different layer. No, it's not. Never mind. Take that back. And you're going to want to clean up some of this stuff. And you can be as careful as you want, or you can be as wild as you want. I'm just, for the sake of this quick tutorial, I'm just gonna be very, very, very fast, because we're painting happy trees right now. We want happy trees, happy bushes. If you don't know Bob Ross, then you're far younger than I am. Son of a bitch. And learning the shortcuts is actually quite beneficial, to be honest. So anyways, I'm just gonna go around here. When I did this for my car, I was somewhat careful. Because I realized that the car itself, it's going to be in motion, and so if there are some slight imperfections, people aren't going to see it. I mean, if it bothers you, then by all means fix it. I'm somewhat a perfectionist in Photoshop, but on the other hand, I get really impatient because I actually want to see it on the car. I don't like spending 4 hours working on one little part that I know is not going to be seen by anyone but myself, because I mean, you don't get all the great camera angles in iRacing, you know, like custom camera angles. So, you know, you might be able to find a flaw or something. Okay, so now we've got the top of the car is green like we want. The bottom is white like we want. And the last thing we need to do is hit that black. I want to see a black line to separate the two colors, even though they already contrast themselves nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the blue, click on the blues. Oh, crap, what did I do? It's not supposed to happen. Click on the blue, click on the blue, and I should have all the blue already done. So what I'm going to need to do is double click on the white. I'm going to change it to black. Hit B for brush again. And oh crap, I didn't hold select, so I'm going to have to reselect those areas. Okay, so that one section is done. And let's see here. Oh crap. Oops. Oh, almost forgot this one back here. Alright, so now we have all those areas selected. Alright, so roughly, I mean, you're going to see right here, and this is what I'm talking about. You can go through this with a fine-tooth comb because you're going to see these changes that may or may not bother you. Okay, that's actually an arrow. To be honest, some of the things, they do bother me. Like you'll see me, like I'll fix this right here. That it does bother me, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I mean, if I were to go in and start messing with it, and this is what I'm saying, it'll get really tedious because it'll get really tedious after a while because you're sitting here, you know, covering up this as you go, pixel by pixel. And if you want it perfect, great. I do want it to look good, so I might, you know, I might go in with like a more of a broad stroke and just sort of, you know, do one of these numbers. But that's up to you. So the other part is well, okay, we'll paint this real quick. And all you do is to paint this section. You see a little box. Boop. There, the whole area that covers is now painted. Now the other thing is the logos themselves. Like, how do you get those on there? And so we'll go. See, do I have them? No, I have them car skins. All right, so you can see I've collected this. These are just, you just go onto Google, and you can just go to we'll go right here. We'll just look up energy. Let's say logo, and we could use that one, or we could use this one right here. Any of these will work that have a white background because they're easy to isolate. Well, actually, we'll use this one. So we'll go ahead and I'll save item, and we'll save them in my folder where I've got all my other stuff. iRacing, images, car skins, and it's a JPEG. So cool, we got that file. And what we'll do is, there it is. We'll go ahead and do this. We'll take the eraser and oh shit, that's right. You gotta unlock the background. So double click on the lock, and you'll unlock the background, and that will allow you to actually erase on it. And actually need to make these. Alright, what you're going to want to do is just click the white background, hit E for the eraser, and go to town. And that'll erase all that white. Deselect it, and get back here, and what you'll do is just drag it over here, drop it in. And this is what's cool about this, is that you can see like how it's going to be on the car. It doesn't mold to the actual contour. It just sort of shows you where it's going to be. So what I've been doing is, like I said, I've been following the Earnhardt car. So I've been putting the AMP logo on the hood like this. And we could do it like, we'll do it like that. Yeah, it looks alright. And then what I would do is, you know, you find more of those. Let me look here. So I've got these decals here. Got that decal that I just downloaded. You know, I picked up Charger, Padre logos, Pepsi logos, Mountain Dew. Actually, I opened Mountain Dew. I opened that amped one as well. In and out logo. And it's the same procedure. You just, you know, click on it, double click the background. And if sometimes you can't, that's the thing, is sometimes you can't double click that. It's protected. So you'll go copy, and I'll do it right now. You go copy inverse, or you'll do the selection. Go up to select, hit inverse, and it'll select the inverse, and then you can actually drag it out of the file that way if you don't, if you can't seem to isolate it. And then what you can do is we'll make this one. Actually, we'll make this one kind of a big one on the side, and you can do that free transform tool is what I've been doing. That's actually kind of cool looking. I don't really race this CTSV, so I'm not super big on making this car look perfect. But whatever, we can put the Mountain Dew logo. So basically, you just rinse and repeat for this process. Now, what you want to do from this point, you can, we'll say file, save. Okay, that's right. I hadn't saved it yet. Save as. And I've got a car skin section already, so I just save it as CTSV. Save it. And then what you're going to want to do here is make sure that the wire's turned off. Everything else can still be on, even though it says make sure to turn this stuff off. Leave it as is. Make sure you turn the wire off. And then you're going to go, you know, file, save as. I'm going to put it on the desktop. And then you're going to want to save it as this Targa file. TGA is the extension you're looking for. And just save it right there. 32 bits is fine. There are some instructions. You can find them on the forums where it says, like, save it as a 24-bit, but you can do 32-bit, no problem. And so what you're going to want to do is you're going to place this in. This is where I got confused, because up to this point, I've got this. I have a lot of Photoshop experience, so I'm okay with navigating Photoshop. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to open up your documents, because that's where iRacing is. You go down Documents, iRacing, you'll see Paint. And now this is where it got tricky, because you'll see the Cadillac CTSV right here. And that's where I initially put the files, because that's what the instructions said. You actually want to go into the Cars folder, and you want to put it into one of these. Now, if there's not a car in here that you want to modify, that you want to paint for, so say you have one here, like the Solstice, and say the Solstice is in there. Shit. So, okay, say for instance the stock car Ford Fusion. I don't think that's in the Cars folder. Yeah, so it's not in there. So if I dropped it into this folder, it's not going to read it. So what you actually have to do is take the stock car Ford Fusion, stick it into the Cars tab, and then it'll work. So we're going to go into the Cars tab again, Cadillac, and as you can see here, these are the paint schemes already, and they're numbered. I don't know what those numbers mean. But you're going to take this CTSV, you're going to pop it in there. Where's trading paints again? My customer ID number, that's what you need. You just rename your file that. So we're going to rename it 117472. There. And now it's in there. And the next time I actually load iRacing, there'll be a yellow bar for a minute. Like when you load a race, there'll be a little yellow bar that's loading your custom skin, and then it'll turn green, and then it'll load, and then you'll have your custom skin. So drive around a couple of laps, and you'll see whether or not you like what you see. So I'll show you guys some pictures of the quick edit that I did on the CTSV here at the end of the video. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comment section. You can hit me up on Twitter, or if you're in iRacing, you can hit me up in iRacing as well. But usually either Twitter or on the comment section or private message on YouTube will work just fine. So anyways, hope you guys found this informative. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys have to do. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I shall talk to you later.